What's going on, you guys? Slumpy here. We're doing a deck profile from the Salem regionals. We got a little busy and we had to do some stuff after regionals, so we couldn't get to the deck profile, but here it is now. And we're here with Gabe Montanez, Genesis' own. And what did you do this weekend?
I got fourth place at Salem Regionals with Sky Striker.
Sky Striker, nice. And first and foremost, what shoutouts do you have?
I got a fat list.
All right.
First and foremost, shoutouts to Genesis, Imperium and Celestial Gaming. Shoutouts to TN, Javi, Danny, Mitch, Elvis, Hamby, Jorge, everyone at Locals. Huge shout out to Manav. I was standing in line about to play Mystic Mind Burn because we had a random thought at 2 a.m. Testing the night before, like, no, screw it, let's just not get bodied by Salad Boy and play Mystic Mind. But I was standing in line with deck lists written for both decks, and Manav was like, let me see your striker list. And I was like, okay. And he's like, this looks good. You should play this. Don't do that to yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll play striker. So I played striker, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm. And what were your matchups today?
The matchups, round one I played Pure Trickstar, which was cool. It's like one of my favorite decks. It was cool to be
right
on
off the back,
end.
making sure you didn't play mine. Like
I would have probably lost to that if I was playing mine.
Mm-hmm.
Round two I played the Sky Striker Mirror. He didn't draw too well, so round 3 and 4 I played Orchist. Round 5 I played Rigo playing Salad. That was my L. Round 6 was Danger Thunder. 7 was Guru, surprisingly, or not surprisingly. And then round 8 was Salad also.
Okay. And what was your record at the end?
6-1-1.
And you said your loss was to to Rodrigo, who got first place.
Yeah.
Who was your draw against?
My draw was against Rob. He was playing Danger Thunder.
Danger Thunder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get to the deck profile.
Cool. All right. So we played, obviously, 3 Ray. Ray is Bay. We played 3 Ash and 3 Veiler for their hand traps. I was back and forth with Impermanence, putting it like in and out of the deck. At the end, I just felt like Veiler was more impactful. I was only playing 2 till Manav was like, no, just play 3 this card. And I was like, okay, I think that's probably correct. There was times when drawing 2 was really good, so I don't regret that at all. That's it for the monsters. For spells, obviously 3 Engage, 3 Multi-Roll, 3 Anchor. These should all be standard. 2 Shark Cannon. I thought it was pretty crazy. A lot of people were playing 3 over the weekend. It made me consider maybe should I have played 3? Who knows? But it was really good overall. It was kind of like, I didn't have Called by the Grave in the main, so this card was like super important. Played 2 Field Spell. I was playing 3 for a long time, but I feel like 2 is fine, especially like when you include Mystic Mine in your deck. For the 1-ofs, played 1 Jamming Waves, 1 Afterburners, 1 Base, 1 Eagle Booster, and 1 Horner Drones. I really wish I played 2 Eagle Booster. It really just helps you play through back row, and especially now with 1 Kagari, you like really need a lot of your card effects to resolve. And there's like consistently 2 Fog Blades on an Orcus player's board at the end. A lot of hand traps floating around, so I feel like if anything, I probably should have played 2 of this card. That's it for the striker cards. For the 2-ofs, we played 2 Mystic Mine. I was playing 1 for a while, and then decided that I would like to occasionally hard draw it. Sometimes it just comes up where your opponent doesn't think that you're about to drop Mine, and you drop Mine into their board, and they're like, I can't play anymore. So it was clutch. I think I would have cut this for the second Eagle Booster, though, and maybe just move this to the side. 2 Terraforming, 2 Foolish Goods, and a Fusion Standard. Rhoda, Upstart, and then 2 Twin Twister. I was playing 3, but I had to make room for a couple other cards in the main deck, so I cut 1, which is, it's in the side, but we'll get there. And then last was 2 There Can Only Be One. This card's really good against the Salad deck. I feel like Striker and Salad has had like kind of a rivalry over the last format, and losing Kagari to 1 kind of, I feel like gave Salad a little more grind power in comparison to Striker. So you kind of need something to match that grind or like stop their grind so that your grind is still more powerful than theirs. Considered 3 of this after the event, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not that good against a lot of other decks. I drew 2 of these playing a Guru deck, game 1, and that was terrible. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I think it's good for this upcoming format, though. Salad's really popular.
Mm-hmm. And how many cards in the main?
40.
40? All right.
39 with upstart.
Yeah.
For the extra deck, we played 3 Shizu, 3 Hayate, 1 Kaina, and 1 Kagari. I know this is like very debatable on whether you play 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make it at all in all 8 rounds.
Oh, wow.
It like literally never came up. I never had to like gain in time, never had to stop an attack. Every time that I had like field spelled and chained Ray, I just made a Hayate because I didn't want to burn the resource if I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it just never came up. So I think 1's probably fine. Like you don't really ever need to make it. Just come back to 3, please. And then for the non-striker cards, we played 1 Hida, 1 Phoenix, 1 Ningirsu, 1 Boral Sword, and then 1 Topologic. I didn't make any of these. I made these 2. This one time so that I didn't have a monster in the main monster zone. This one against Salad to steal a link. And it actually, I did make this, I lied. That's how I made this, was using this one time. It was against Rigo.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a game 2, I played this against Rigo too, but I wasn't able to like steal anything. So on his turn, he made his own and then crashed it, and then he got a search off of it. It was silly. I was like, I felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the super poly targets on my side, I play 1 Starving Venom and 1 Violet Chimera. I never got to make these. It was unfortunate. I sided super poly, but my opponent played around it. It was good.
Did you miss anything that extra deck, like Abramax or anything like that?
I actually didn't even think about Avermax until the night before. And I kind of just was like, screw it. The card's really good, though. I would definitely... I'm definitely going to start testing with it in my extra deck for this coming Nationals format. It's really good, and, you know, things to consider. Probably should have played it, but, like, at the time, I was just like, I've tested this and just roll with it.
Mm-hmm. All right, side deck?
Yeah. For the side, played 2 Ghost Ogre. I sided this in against the mirror 1 time. I did not draw it, but fortunately, I did not need to. He did not draw very well, so sorry, man. 2 Panka Chops. I definitely should have played 3 of this card. This card's too nuts. I was just trying to find room. I had 2 slots, and I was like, okay, these are going to be Panka Chops for sure. But going forward, I probably would consider finding a way to cut a card down to play 3. It's just too much pressure. The card just does so much on its own. Like in Striker, it has a lot of natural synergy too. So I would definitely play 3 in the future. 3 Lancia, because this card's nuts versus Orchist. It's also really good against Thunder, obviously. But Orchis is like where it actually like really shuts your opponent down. I drew this card a lot against Orchist, and it was good. So I'm thankful for that. 2 Super Poly for Orchis, Thunder, sometimes even Salad. But I never got to resolve it. I drew it 1 time, and then my opponent anti-spelled me, and that felt bad. He only had 1 monster when he flipped anti-spell, and I had nothing to fuse with, so it was just like, I'm going to set this and pray. But he was able to establish, like, anti-spell rage, so I was just, like, not playing out of that game. But it's really good. I would still play it no matter what. It's at 2, and the card's, like, spell speed 4, so... and then I sided the 3rd Twin Twister for back row decks, Draco, Guru, Altergeist, whatever. Need to out Imperial Order, which this did. 3 evenly matched. I actually only ever sided in 2 of these. Siding the cards that I sided, I never wanted to side more than like 5 or 6 cards max. And when this card came in, it was with other cards that were very impactful too, so it was kind of just like side 2 Panka Chops, and then side 2 other cards, and I didn't want to like go overboard. You always end up drawing like your 3-ofs like that when you side in like the worst situation, so I didn't want to run into that. And then 2 Metaverse were the last 2 cards. I didn't side this in as much as I feel I could have, but it also didn't feel as necessary in a lot of cases. Just the way my games went, it kind of felt like Mystic Mine, in my situations at least, were better played aggressively. And this card wasn't very good going second. Although I did talk to Sam after the tournament, and he told me he sided these in going second a lot too. So I was like, maybe I should have like considered siding it and going second too. Because even if you don't have a play, like technically you set this and it's your play, and then you have turns with Mystic Mine. So yeah, I learned a lot at this regionals. This format's really cool.
Yeah. Did you miss anything in the side deck at all besides the third Pinker Tops?
Aside from the third Panker Chops, yeah, I totally should have sided Lava Golem.
Oh, for real?
Lava Golem was like really clutch. All of my opponents had 2 monster boards except for that game against Rigo. Rigo's just a really good player. Shout out to you. He played the matchup incredibly correct. But most players end on a 2 monster board. Like Salad's trying to play around the sphere mode now. Yeah, Orcus is trying to play around sphere mode. They only have 3 monsters when you bait the Dingirsu coming out, which like they don't do unless you have cards. So it's like really hard to get them in a situation where you can force sphere mode. So I think Lava Golem would have stood out a lot, especially in Striker. You can Lava Golem their monsters and put it in attack mode, and then you Widow Anchor their dude and summon Ray, and you can push like 7k or 6k, and then you give them back Lava Golem to burn them for 1,000. And hopefully you've like poked with Hayate and just can game them through that. Just some like afterthoughts. But yeah, definitely moving forward, I'm going to consider siding Lava Golem.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you for the deck profile. Congratulations. And are you going to Nationals?
Totally.
All right, man. We'll see you at Nationals. Thank you so much for the deck profile. This is Slumpy slipping out.